another week of the SoReal Sports Podcast with your host, the CEO/owner, SoReal Studios LLC, Lamar Segment, my partner in crime all the time, Reggie Walker. What are you doing?
I was a little chilly, man. Thought I'd warm up a little bit with that hot fire.
Y'all beat Michigan, and y'all want to sit there and celebrate.
We beat Miami, and yes, I will celebrate.
Oh, I'm thinking Michigan. I'm thinking Western Michigan.
Yeah.
I got that stuck in my head so much that we're gonna discuss that later. But congratulations to your team that winning.
Oh wait! I need to get my coaster. I don't want to make a mess on the table. Just
That's
out here all willy-nilly drinking and stuff.
That is sad. But y'all did beat Miami, so we both 1-0, still in the top 4 when it comes to the rankings. We'll talk about that later on. But besides that, how was your weekend?
Weekend was exciting. Got to see a lot of football. First and foremost, I'd like to send my condolences out to those players that did get hurt. This is college football. A lot of players went down. A lot of people got some serious season-ending injuries, which is very unfortunate for those players and teams. Also, it was a good weekend for UFC. Did come on relatively early, so you pretty much just had to tune away from college football for a second, check that out, and then it was right back to all college football. So yeah, it was a nice weekend. I love it. I'm a big fan of college football, probably even more so than NFL, just because of the pure heart that goes into it. So with that being said, it was good. It's good to see. We waited a long time for this. So I mean, here it is. It's back. We back.
All right, we are back. I enjoyed it. It was very, very fun this weekend. Labor Day weekend, matter of fact. Shout out to everybody who's enjoying Labor Day weekend. Was able to grill a little bit. And pretty much, I watched some college football. I watched some UFC. And I did watch wrestling. But we will discuss that later. As of right now, we will. I will. I got a segment. Choose your words. I got a segment, so it will be discussed later on. But as right now, we're going to go over our predictions that we made this past weekend. Let's start off in the UFC. We had 5 on the main card. First one was between Patty Pimblett taking on Luigi Vendramini. Who won in that one?
Well, I just like to announce that Mario was a no-show. And with that being said, Luigi got his ass rocked.
Yes, he did.
KO in the first round. Mario
knockout. That was terrible.
It was 30 seconds. 30 seconds into the fight. No, 31 seconds into the fight, and he got his ass knocked out.
As soon as Luigi said, "Here we go," it was over.
It was over with. At this point, you should cue the do.
Yeah, I should cue it. Too bad I don't have it with me. All right, that's the first round knockout by Patty Pimblett. We both picked Luigi. We both suffered our first L. Move on to the next one between Modestas Bukauskas taking on Khalil Roundtree Jr. And we both picked Roundtree Jr. Roundtree Jr. won by a second round knockout by a kick to the leg. Very devastating move, but he did time that perfectly.
He did. It was awesome to see. Devastating, for what's his name? Bukauskas. Yeah, devastating to see it for him, but. If you that skilled and you time it just right like he did, then hey, it was exciting.
Mm-hmm. Me and my wife seen that one at the same time, and yeah, she didn't want to look at it again. Moving on to the next one, we got Alex Morano taking on David Zawada. Zawada. I don't know why I said Zawada. Zawada. This was a shot bet, and the winner of this one was Alex Morono. Reggie, you picked Alex Morono, so I have a shot.
Yeah, I believe I called this one a split decision, and it ended up being a unanimous decision. No, that was not this one. That was the next fight. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's the next fight because I said that it wasn't, and it was gonna be a
unanimous.
It wasn't gonna be unanimous. He was just gonna win. But we'll discuss that after I take this shot. This is my shot for Zawada losing to Morono.
Good old Irk and Jerk again.
You already know. Moving on to the next one. I ain't upgraded yet. Moving on to the next one.
Did you at least refrigerate it this time?
No. Tom Aspinall taking on Sergey Spivak. We both picked Aspinall, right?
We did. KO in the first round.
KO in the first round, absolutely correct. This one when you thought that it was gonna be unanimous.
Well, I bite the bullet on that one, but I still got the win.
Yep, me too. And let's talk about this last but not least. The main fight of the night was Saturday night between Derek Brunson and Darren Till, in which this was a shot bet between me and Reggie. Reggie, you did pick Darren Till. And as y'all can see right now, Reggie is pouring up. So obviously Darren Till lost. Derek Brunson beat him by a third round submission. A choke. Got him in a choke.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. It was going pretty good.
It was.
But yeah. Well, actually, it wasn't. It really wasn't.
It was going pretty good for Derek Brunson.
Yeah, it was. He was on his ass. He looked polished. Now I know that before when we were making the picks, I kind of shamed you for picking the veteran. You said you was gonna give him one more shot. Well, you did that, and for that one more shot, I will take that shot.
What? You don't want to use your lifesaver?
Not now.
Okay, not now.
Not now.
Oh yeah. By the way, I forgot to recap, but we'll talk about that later on. We'll discuss it later on. All right. Let's go to baseball. That was it for UFC. Let's go to the baseball. We got 5 series. It is getting closer and closer to the playoffs. I'm very excited about that as well, even though we only one game ahead in our division. We got some work to do. Let's talk about the first series between the Oakland A's taking on the Toronto Blue Jays, in which both of us picked the Blue Jays 2-1. Both incorrect. Blue Jays swept. I said that they about to make a run, and I didn't think it was gonna be like that. They swept the A's.
We did not fulfill our cleaning duties like we should have.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Because we didn't pick a sweep in anything. Let's move on to the next one. We got the LA Dodgers taking on the San Francisco Giants, in which we both also picked the Dodgers 2-1, and we both got it wrong yet again. Giants 2-1. Now, I watched the third game. In the third game, the Dodgers had their ace in Walker Buehler up, and the Giants just tore his ass up. Giants tore his ass up. One thing about the Giants, they are some hitters. They ain't about power. They about putting the bat on the ball, and you're going to have to play defense against them. And that pretty much what did the trick for them. That's the reason why they got one of the best records in the league. So, yeah, Dodgers, you one game behind right now. I think y'all still one game behind because the Giants won today and y'all won today. So y'all still one game behind. Moving on to the next, we got the Houston cheating ass Astros taking on the San Diego Padres, in which we both, yet again, went 2-1 Padres. We finally got one right. Padres did win the series 2-1. Hold up.
No, I picked Astros.
You picked the Astros.
I picked the cheating ass Astros.
Shame on you. Oh, and
I
got the Padres. All right, let's move on to the next one. We got the St. Louis Cardinals taking on the Milwaukee Brewers. We both picked the Brewers 2-1. We got that one absolutely correct. Brewers did win 2-1. So you finally on the board, Reggie. That's my second win. All right, let's go to the last but not least. We had a head-to-head duo matchup, 4-game series between the Atlanta Braves and Reggie's Colorado Rockies. I said Braves 3-1. Reggie said a tie, and he would take a shot if his team won 3-1. He don't have to take a shot because it did end in a tie, so Reggie did get it absolutely correct. Yeah, I told you. Man, Charlie Blackmon tore our ass up this weekend. Man.
It was
this
a
nigga
battle.
kept slapping home runs against us. Shit, he hit a grand slam against us, hit a 3-run shot, and Crone, he hit a shot. He hit 2 home runs that series. But shout out to Ozzie Albies. That son gonna hit a home run in almost every series, every game he played that series.
Yeah.
So if it wasn't for him,
more importantly, shout out to Crone. I was not expecting that from him.
Yeah, Crone came through, man. Crone definitely came through. So we end up both getting 2 wins in baseball. That's good. That's good. Now let's talk about the new sport that we added to our Muscle Shirt Friday edition. Let's go to college football. Now, before we go to college football, like I was trying to explain to you earlier, Reggie, that we did not go over the results of what happened on Friday. So let's do that. That game between North Carolina and Virginia Tech ended up being 17-10. Virginia Tech did win that game. Reggie, didn't we have a bet that you believed that game was going to go over?
I did believe that.
Shot bet?
That was a shot bet.
That's when I was bringing up. So, do you want to use your life?
You know what? I will use that right now. This is my life.
That's what I was trying to get your ass to do. I was trying to get your ass to use that for quick, so yeah. I can remove it from the shot bets. Reggie has used his lifeline on that game, so we can start over on the shot bets. All right, so that's the only game that happened on Friday. I think we already discussed what happened on Thursday. So let's go on to what happened this weekend, which is pretty much Saturday and Sunday. Let's go to the first one. We have 19th ranked Penn State taking on 12th ranked Wisconsin. Both of us believed in the underdog, Penn State, to win this game. The game was won by Penn State by the score of 16-10. This game I actually watched. This was the first game I watched because my team played on Thursday. So I was just like, let me just watch what Penn State and Wisconsin go do.
I did too.
Very boring because it wasn't like it was a defensive game. I mean, they both have good defense, but their offense is trash. And I'm gonna be honest with you, their offense is trash.
Equally, had it not been for the bombs that Penn State threw down the field to get those touchdowns, then Wisconsin would have probably won this game. Yeah, but I mean, Wisconsin, they messed it up themselves because they could have easily just sat there and played better offense, but they didn't. So that's the reason why they lost. Not to mention the missed field goals and extra points in that game too. I mean, Penn State missed the extra point, so that's the reason why they got 16. All right, moving on to the next one. We got 17th ranked Indiana taking on 18th ranked Iowa, in which Reggie, you did pick Iowa. I picked Indiana, and I should be ashamed of my goddamn self because I lost badly. Iowa beat Indiana 34-6. Indiana does not have an offense. Now, reason why I did that is because last year, Indiana battled against us last year, the first game of the season. I expected them to do the same this year. Boy, well, I was wrong. I mean, we all make mistakes, man. It was just the first game, first week. So First week jitters, same thing as quarterback, same thing as the regular team.
You're right. You're right.
Real quick, I just like to say the fact that Ole Miss is on right now, and they are shredding Louisville.
They ain't been the same since Lamar Jackson.
No, they haven't.
All right, but Ole Miss is looking good.
They are. They playing fast.
I know who I got my pick for the Egg Bowl. So Mississippi State fans, holla at me. All right, let's move on to the next one between Louisiana Raging Cajuns, 23rd ranked, taking on 21 ranked Texas. I can't believe this, Reggie. You did not go with your former offensive coordinator, Steve Sarkisian's team, Texas Longhorns. You went with Louisiana, and I told you they was going to win convincingly, and they did by the score of 38-18.
Yeah, here again in the former show, I did mention that I believe that this could be an upset game. So I want my first mind, and
yeah, you fucked up. All right, let's move on to the next between 5th ranked Georgia and 3rd ranked Clemson. This game was a very low scoring game. We both picked Georgia to win this game, and we was right. Georgia won by the score of 10-3. Now, Reggie, is this more of Georgia got a good defense, or that Clemson just didn't have a good offense since they lost Trevor Lawrence?
struggle win. That's exactly what this was. I won't say anything else outside of that.
I agree. Okay. Last but not least, we had 16th ranked LSU taking on a UCLA who was unranked. And Reggie, you believed in your SEC. I believe that UCLA was going to come through with the win. I was right. UCLA won by the score of 38-27.
Yeah. LSU back to sucking again.
I told you.
That's pretty much I knew they won good season. I knew it, but this was the first game of the season. I said at least if they can start off strong, then they might have a chance to eventually break down mid-season, and then they will be right back to the old LSU. They one up me. They started off the season terrible, and they will not. If they win 5 games, I'll be impressed.
I agree. LSU is trash. All right. Now, since we got that out the way, let's go to our 3-bet challenge. All right. We always start off with you, Reggie. Let's get it. Reggie, you had 3 guaranteed picks in your mind that should have been wins. Let's go to this first one between Penn State and who Penn State played? Wisconsin. And you bet the under on this one. Under was 49.5. They didn't even get to 30. You got to win on that one. Congratulations to you. Let's go to the second one. We have Oregon. Reggie picked Oregon with the points. And the points were on that one minus 20.5. Oregon barely won. They won by 7 against Fresno State.
That's one loss for me.
Did not see that coming. It's all right. You won it one. Let's get to the last one. We got USC. USC against San Jose State. You betted the minus 14 for USC. You got that one right because they won by the score of 30-7. So you went 2-1. Very impressive, Reggie.
Coming in strong, man.
At least tied or win. All right, let's go to mine. The first one, I had Alabama. I said your Alabama Crimson Tide was going to cover. And they were going to win by what, 20.5? No, 19.5.
19.5.
I was lucky because it ended up going up to 20.5. So I caught it when it was 19.5. They ended up winning by what? 31?
31.
44-13. So that's a win for me. All right, let's go to the next one between Louisiana and Texas. I said this was going to be a high-scoring game. I was wrong. Man. Louisiana did not come through for me because all I needed was 3 more points. The spread was 58. They scored 56. Boy, my luck is terrible. Yeah. So that's an L for me on that one. And last but not least, I picked Stanford versus Kansas State. Man. Can we look at Stanford versus Kansas State right now?
You picked over 53.
I did go for the over on this one. And the over for this one was 53.5. You want to know what the total score of that game was? 31. Stanford scored 7 points. Stanford is trash. I am 1-2. I lost the 3-bet challenge, and now I'm going to take my shot.
I would like to add that this wasn't a bad strategy. It wasn't, because you did say that these teams had terrible defense so that it would be a high-scoring game. It's just that Stanford had no fucking offense. They had nothing.
I ain't know the terrible offense went with it.
Yeah, obviously it did. Once they got rid of well, not got rid of, but what's the guy name? Was it not Colt McCoy? What's his name? For the Colts.
The coach?
The quarterback for the Colts that went to Stanford.
Oh, you talking about Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck. Ever since him, they have not been anything. So yeah. That's
true. But the last quarterback that was there did get drafted last year. And now he's a quarterback for the Houston Texans. And that's Denzel Mills. And I think it's like the 3rd string or 4th string quarterback.
I think he made the 3rd string.
3rd string? So it's Tyrod and who?
Tyrod.
I hate that.
I don't know. That whole situation is a mess.
Hold on. Let me look right quick. Let me look.
But it's not Denzel. It's Davis Mills.
Yeah, Davis Mills.
Yeah.
I knew it was Mills.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about Denzel Mims from the Jets. That's my fault.
Yeah, Tyrod. His backup is you finna tell us.
Davis Mills. Davis Mills. He's the backup.
Oh, he did get number 2?
Yeah, he got number 2 because Jeff Driscoll is number 3. So obviously,
still in front of your boy Watson.
Yeah, Sean Watson. Yeah, he 4th string, so he ain't gonna play. All right. Oh yeah, shot. This is my shot for losing the 3-bet challenge. Reggie, you on a 3-week streak, ain't you?
Currently, yeah.
Dang.
Let's keep it going.
All right. That does it for our weekend predictions from Muscle Shirt Friday. Now we can do topics. Let's go to our topics for today. Now, our topics for today is mainly college football because it was the first week of college football. Might as well go and discuss it because we already know on Wednesday we won't be talking about nothing but NFL. So, Reggie, let's go to our 3. What is it? What's 3 things that you can think of from this weekend? Give me your 3 takeaways.
Well, obviously Alabama won, so I'll take that as one takeaway. Bryce Young was great. He didn't get to start last year, but he did get to start this year. Well, he didn't get to start 2 years ago, but he did get to start this year. He is a sophomore. Had a better season than Mac Jones, first game. Jalen Hurts, first game. Tua Tagovailoa's first game at Alabama. Threw for 27 of 38 for 344 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. That boy is obviously the future of Alabama. I like it. What I did not like is early on in the game. I'm not sure if you watched it, but early on in the game, he was kind of hesitant on running the ball. He tried to run up and try to make throws, in which that did not work on a few occasions. It did eventually work in the long run because here again, he threw 0 interceptions and threw 344 yards for 4 touchdowns. That's very impressive. Very. No, that's enough about my Tide. That's enough. We already stepped. Oh, by the way, shout out to Quentin Blackman. He's a guy that went to school with me. He's a big Miami Hurricanes fan. Also worked at Nissan with me. Told him I shout him out because he's been butt hurt over these last few days on how I've been mutilating him on Facebook. So I decided I'd shout him out. With that being said, that's enough about him and his failed misery.
Hold on. Did you show him the picture of Nick Saban having that 305 chain?
I'm sure he saw it. Did you see where they thought that they got an interception and they snatched that chain away?
They devoted him quick. They devoted him real quick.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's my first takeaway. My second one will come from the game that came on last night. Notre Dame versus Florida State. Notre Dame was on the road. Florida State was in the fucking building. Do you hear me? I didn't see not one Notre Dame fan in the stands. All I saw was Florida State. Now let me say this. I like the way that how a lot of people said that Notre Dame is overrated. They may be, but in this game, they showed that they was consistent. Quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3. They didn't show me shit in the fourth quarter, but they ended up taking the game to overtime, in which they still ended up winning.
Missed field goal.
I mean, a win's a win, right?
That is absolutely right. They need it.
Yeah. Another interesting stat line, the quarterback, Jake Cohn, 26 of 35, 366 yards, 4 touchdowns, and only 1 interception. That looks damn good to me. Florida State went through 3 quarterbacks. 3. Don't know how in the hell it happened or why it happened, but I mean, at the end of the day, you got to win on the road. This is the same team that everybody felt was overrated. This Notre Dame team came to fucking play, and they played and they beat a good Florida State team.
Mm-hmm.
I look at that as that's a good takeaway for me. State. I cannot stress this enough. This is fucking Fresno State. Do you know what Fresno State is?
No.
Fresno State is in a small community in fucking Ohio. But
No, I didn't know.
Okay. Yeah, Fresno State beat Connecticut last week by the score of 45-0.
And
so,
I just seen that was it UConn?
Yeah, UConn.
Yeah, I just seen that their coach was retiring after this year, and they said, you know what? Nah, your ass is gone now. They just released him today.
They did. They did.
That's fucked up. That is fucked up.
Hey, I mean, but here again, we know how college football works, man. At the end of the day, it comes down to what the committee thinks and what you do versus, different opponents. This was a Mountain West game or whatever. Oregon barely won 24. Well, they won 31-24.
Yes.
They tied the game going into the fourth quarter at 21. This is what the committee will look at versus strength of schedule going on. This is exactly what I was just talking about. They end up getting a field goal in the fourth quarter. Take it to 21-24. 6 minutes later in the fourth quarter, that's when the game was tied again with another field goal. With 3 minutes left in the game, Anthony Brown, the quarterback for Oregon, ended up getting a 30-yard touchdown. That's what sealed the game for them. Had it not been for the quick play of the quarterback in that game, this was another struggle win for Oregon. And with that being said, this was a good takeaway, if not for me, but for you and for everybody else to watch this game or know anything about this game, that Oregon should not be ranked as high as they are. As of right now, Oregon is ranked 10. That is terrible. This game showed me right now. Oregon was supposed to be Fresno State by 30. The spread was only 20 and a half. This game was terrible. I hated watching it. I hate that we all had to be sitting here dealing with the fact that half the fucking country don't even know what Fresno State is, but they put up a good game against the Oregon Ducks. Mm-hmm. Disappointed in that. That's all I got to say on that, man. Those are my 3 takeaways. The Oregon struggle win, Notre Dame being quote unquote overrated to play a Florida State team, and the fact that my quarterback, my new Bryce Young quarterback, is honestly better than the last 3 quarterbacks that I've had over the past 4 years.
That's a very hot take on that last part. And I like those 3 takeaways. Now let's go to my takeaway. First takeaway is the fact that, let me talk about my team since you talked about your team. Let me go to my Ohio State Buckeyes. And the first takeaway that I want to bring up is the fact that C.J. Stroud looked like a rookie. He looked like a freshman because at the beginning of the game, he struggled. But after halftime, once Ryan Day made the adjustments, he was able to throw that ball, and he threw that ball convincingly. And that's what pretty much did the game, because at halftime, we was losing by the score of 14-10. After that, we ended up scoring 35 points after that, which gave us 45. And C.J. Stroud went 13 of 22 for 294, 4 touchdowns. Now, I like to say that I hate to see the results of what happened to Muhammad Ibrahim, because he's out for the year. That's the running back for Minnesota. And he is a stud when it comes to running that ball. He had 30 carries for 163 and 2 touchdowns. That boy was running that ball. And I hate that his season has ended, and more than likely he probably would be just going pro. So, yeah, I hate that for him. But he looked like a rookie. Now, hopefully, he'll be able to look better next week against, guess what, Reggie? Guess who? Oregon. 10th ranked Oregon. So while you say you don't like it, I love it because it's a ranked team next week. We playing at home. So I like that. Number 2. The number 2 I want to talk about is I really wanted to talk about Florida State, but you took it from me, so I'm not going to discuss on Florida State.
You ain't got nothing you want to add to it?
No, you said everything that I was going to say on that one. So I'm going to remove myself on that one. But I do want to talk about Georgia versus Clemson. Now,
another good one.
This one right here. Now, I asked you the question. Was it great defense, good defense from Georgia, or bad offense from Clemson? Now, if y'all look, DJ Ukulele, he was projected to be a Heisman favorite. After that one game, when he went 19 of 37 for 178 and 1 interception, no touchdowns, he's pretty much removed from Heisman qualifying. He's gone. It's done for him. So can we say it was just how great Georgia's defense is, or how bad Clemson offense is? It is yet to be determined, because next week we got Georgia playing UAB, which is not shit. And then we got Clemson playing South Carolina State. So we don't know for sure, but we will soon find out. Because if I want to answer the question, it's a little bit of both. I believe Georgia do have a top-ranked defense. But I also think that Clemson just had a bad offense that day. And I think they'll get better. Will they get better enough for them to – now, where they ranked at right now, we will discuss in a few minutes. That could help them out because all they have to do is win out. And I told you they in the ACC, which is a bad conference. And they can win out in that conference. I mean, you just see North Carolina lose to Virginia Tech. That's pretty much their best competition. And don't give me Duke. Don't give me Duke. Or Virginia. Or Pittsburgh. Or Syracuse. Or Miami. Y'all just beat the hell out of.
Which I said was the only ones who had a chance, but obviously they are not what I thought they were. Exactly. Shout out again to Quentin Blackman, who thought that Miami, the U, had a chance.
All right, last but not least, I want to talk about a team that's not even ranked. Matter of fact, a team that would never be ranked. A team that is an HBCU. That's how I'm going. I want to talk about Jackson State. The team I went to when I graduated high school, I want to talk about Jackson State University. Shout out to the Sonic Boom of the South because you proved yet again for another year that y'all the best thing that is happening when it comes to college football at Jackson State. Because I'm sorry, Deion Sanders, your son is trash. I posted that on Facebook and I did get some heat from some of the fans at Jackson State, but I don't care. I'm being honest. Your son, as a quarterback, is trash. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Let it be out there because all I needed was 2 possessions, and I know for a fact that your team is trash. Now, I can't wait for y'all to play Tennessee State because I love the Southern Heritage Classic. That is something that's a vibe, and that's something that is always exciting every single year. But if Sanders is going to be the quarterback for that team, I don't see y'all win. I'm already acknowledging it right now. All I needed was 2 possessions. 1 possession in which you struggled to get outside the pocket. Once you got outside the pocket, you dodged 1 defender and you fumbled the ball. Gave it to the other team. Man, that's pretty bad. So you made 1 mistake. The next mistake you made, the whole drive, you gave it to the running back, got yards. Gave it to the running back, got yards. You made 1 pass, they got first down. Running back, got yards. You wait until you got to the point that it's a quarterback read, and you kept it and fumbled at the 3-yard line. Another turnover. That automatically lets me know right there you're not ready. Unless they don't have a quarterback that can replace you, automatically I already know you trash. And Deion Sanders do not want to admit that. He do not want to admit that his son is trash. But he have to face the fact, and he going to have to deal with it this whole season. So hopefully, all these times that y'all on live TV, y'all better hope that the other team don't play well. Now, one thing you can really hope on is your defense, because your defense is good. I really like your defense. Your defense is top-notch in the HBCU, in the SWAC. But when it comes to the quarterback, man, Deion, your son is trash. And I hate to admit it, but yeah, I just got to be honest. Your son is hot garbage. Hot garbage. Yes, I used to love saying that back in the day. Hot garbage. That's exactly what his team is. Jackson State, I still root for y'all. Y'all ain't my team, but I root for y'all because I went to the college, stayed there for 2 years. Matter of fact, pretty much 2 of the best and worst years of my life. But overall, I still root for y'all because I did go to y'all school. But I just got to be honest. Deion Sanders, your son is trash.
You know what? I'm not gonna say that he ain't trash, but those two mistakes that showed me that he's just obviously not ready, or either that this was first game jitters. That could have played.
I can't wait for the second game jitters. I can't wait. I can't wait for the second game jitters. Yeah, he better put on performance for me to remove the trash from his name. Man, I got some heat from that when I posted that. I'm just saying how I felt. I felt he was trash.
Yeah, I mean,
I was right.
He looked trash. He looked trash. He did. I can't lie. He did. He looked terrible.
I thought he looked trash. All right. Now, let's continue with college football because we got a new ranking. Really, we got a prediction ranking because they can't give out a ranking until tomorrow. Because of this Chick-fil-A game between Louisville and Ole Miss. So they had to wait until all the games are done in order for them to do an actual ranking. But we're going to base this one off of 247sports.com. And this is the projected rankings for the top 25. Number one, obviously, Alabama. They great win against Miami. Number two, we got the Georgia Bulldogs. Great win against Clemson. Number three, the Ohio State Buckeyes beat Minnesota. So they shouldn't have dropped. Exactly. They won by 14. Oklahoma Sooners with their victory against Tulane, who I don't even know what Tulane is, but they are top 14 in the nation. So let's leave it at that. Number five, Clemson. So they didn't drop too far after that loss against Georgia. Number six, Texas A&M. They got a win against Kent State. They are 6th ranked. Let's go to number 7, Cincinnati. They beat Miami of Ohio, not Miami that y'all play. 8, Iowa State. They got a win against Northern Iowa. Penn State, number 9 with that upset win against Wisconsin. Number 10, Oregon Ducks. They got the win against Fresno State, in which you said that they shouldn't be ranked 10th. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. Now, I ain't going to discuss the other teams. I'm just going to say their names and what ranking it is. 11, Notre Dame. 12, Florida. 13, Iowa. 14, UCLA. 15, Virginia Tech. 16, USC. 17, Texas. 18, Miami. They dropped tremendously. 19, Wisconsin. 20, Coastal Carolina. 21, North Carolina. 22, Auburn. Top 25. 23, NC State. 24, Michigan. And 25 to finish it off, Utah. Reggie, do you agree with the top 25 ranking? And what moves you feel should be made?
I absolutely hate this predicted ranking. I don't even know where I should start, but I will start by saying this. You said that it was only one team in the SEC. Well, only 2 teams in the SEC lost, and that was LSU and Vandy. Vandy, we can pretty much dismiss them as far as being a part of the SEC.
Mississippi State should have lost.
Struggle win, and that's what it was.
Against who?
Mississippi State played Louisiana Tech. Struggle win. Struggle win.
Louisiana Tech, but go ahead.
They won by 1.
Yeah.
They struggled to win that game.
They had a comeback to win that game, but go ahead.
Well, I mean, struggle. Another, you know what? Let me just jump right into this. LSU was the other loss outside of Vandy. So I can, as I said, every team in the SEC was projected to win. I'm not sure why Vandy couldn't beat East Tennessee State, but they lost 23 They scored 3 points. 3. They scored 3 points against East Tennessee State. I'm pretty sure that this team, East Tennessee State, probably couldn't even beat a JUCO team. So with that being said, they should probably be out of the SEC. Bring in Texas, bring in Oklahoma, and there goes every team in the SEC winning. I believe it. I straight up believe it. As far as these standings go, I've already talked about Oregon. Oregon, in my eye, that was a struggle win for Oregon. Oregon should not be number 10. Oregon should probably be out of the top 15 for that performance.
I thought you were about to say out of the top 25.
No. They're definitely still within the top 15. Well, no, probably 17. Who is 17 right now?
17 is. Ooh, you make me go on to look. Nah, I ain't gonna take long. 17 is Texas.
Texas. Okay.
They should probably be 18. Now I'll make them 20.
Okay.
Because they'll be ahead of Coastal Carolina.
That makes a lot of sense. A lot of sense. What I will say is that I do not believe that Penn State should be ranked as low as they are, and which is a number 9. And the reason I'm saying that is because that Texas A&M win, that don't really matter to me. They played Kent State and won 41-10. That quarterback, Haynes King, he threw 3 interceptions. 3. But still won 41-10. That is terrible. Why are they ranked so high? Why is Texas A&M? This is the same Texas A&M team that you said would possibly give Alabama a loss this season. I don't believe it. I don't see it. Who do they play next week?
Next week, I'm looking at the schedule right now, and you said they play Colorado.
Colorado just won this week.
At Colorado. You can go watch that game.
Nope. I have better things to do in my life, probably outside on the grill or something like that. Now this will be a shocker. Clemson, I believe, should have dropped further than 5. They had 180 total yards in that game against Georgia. Now, this goes back to your previous points that you have been trying to make. Was Georgia's defense just that good? Also, to another previous point that you made, as far as Georgia being the other SEC team, because Nick Saban wants it to be 2 SEC teams in the top 4. I don't believe that. I don't believe that Georgia is as good as anybody probably thinks they are. This was, again, a struggle win for Georgia.
Question. What conference is the top 2 ranked teams in?
SEC.
Okay, continue.
This was by default. They played.
Oh. Who is the 5th ranked team in the conference?
More importantly, the question is, who was the number 2 ranked seed?
Clemson is 5th. And who is right behind them? Another SEC team in Texas A&M.
Here again,
3 of 6. You're 3 of 6, Reggie.
Texas A&M should be like they. Come on, man. That was not a convincing win. That was not.
According to Nick Saban.
That they had nothing to do with him. This is the committee.
Is this him? He's the committee.
No, he is not.
I've been praising.
He's not the committee, man.
He's the committee for the longest.
This is not. Look. All I'm saying is that Oklahoma, that was a struggle win. Truth be told, that was a hard-fought battle. The Ohio State game, I can't say that was a struggle win, but y'all did start off slow.
Yes, we did.
Clemson showed me absolutely nothing.
Right.
A&M coming in at number 6 as of right now, I don't believe it. The Cincinnati win over Miami, Ohio, that was convincing. 49-14. That's a convincing win. No, we didn't expect anything out of Miami, Ohio, but let's move right along to the Oregon versus Fresno State. They got 10. And that was a struggle win for them. So no, as of right now, it's in my opinion, it's still kind of early because this is just finishing up week 1. We still got to figure out where they're gonna put Ole Miss. In my eyes, Ole Miss should technically be top 25. The way they are playing, definitely top 25. But will they make it? We don't know. We'll find out tomorrow. But yeah, out of the top 10, I would definitely rearrange a lot of these, and I would definitely take who did I say I'd take out and put at a possibly 15?
I don't know.
No, and you said probably 20. Was it Penn State? Anyway, top 4 I'm okay with. I'm personally okay with the top 4. Who I would move? I would definitely take Texas A&M from the 6th spot. I would drop them out to possibly 9 or 10. Oregon also moves down, in my opinion, as well. Penn State does not deserve the number 9 spot because they struggle to beat a highly skilled Wisconsin team. So they definitely move out the top 15 in my eyes. So with that being said, no, I disagree with the top 25. And there are not only 3, there are probably 4 to 5 teams that I would definitely take out of the top 10. Let's leave it at 4. I would definitely take 4 out of the top 10 that we got as of right now. And the fact that only 2 SEC teams lost this weekend, and that I'm not gonna say every one of them. Let's get rid of the Mississippi State win. Let's probably also get rid of the Missouri win. Let's get rid of the Tennessee over Bowling Green win. Let's also get all of them out of the way. But me personally, I would put another SEC team in there over Georgia, who beat Clemson. Clemson lost everything. Am I wrong?
Yep.
Clemson lost everything. So
yeah,
they should not be ranked as high as they are. And the fact that they lost to a ranked Georgia team, Georgia should be respectfully where they if not 4 in the ranking. Number 4 instead of 2. Yeah, that's my rant on that. What you got, man? I don't want to take up too much time.
All right, so I agree with most of the ranking. I don't agree with all of the ranking. Alabama, incredible. Number 1. Hands down, can't hate on that. Actually, I do believe Georgia should be number 2 because Clemson was ranked number 5. Ranked number 3, while Georgia was ranked number 5. So with that impressive win, which is an upset, that should boost them to number 2. And just because we didn't play a ranked team, they should be ahead of us. So I agree with that. So we should be 3rd. 4th, Oklahoma. You got to put Oklahoma in there. So Clemson dropping to 5, I actually can understand because they played a very powerful 5th ranked team compared to what Texas A&M played. Texas A&M played Kent State. So, they shouldn't move that much. Cincinnati, I can understand. They beat Miami. They won their game convincingly. So you should not lose your spot because you won convincingly. So I agree with Iowa State. Even though they barely beat Northern Iowa, they still won. Penn State moving up, I actually agree with because they end up beating a ranked team.
That's a long way, though. That's a long way.
On the road, which is pretty difficult because I said Wisconsin is known for being great at home. So winning that game on the road is pretty convincing. I agree with that one. Oregon, even though they did struggle, I don't believe they should be 10th. They probably could have just kept the spot they was at. But, I mean, Notre Dame, they struggled, so I couldn't give it on that. Florida, you got to have at least 5 SEC teams in the top 25, so got to put that in there. I like Iowa win. Now, I believe Iowa should have moved up based on how bad they beat Indiana. UCLA, they beating LSU. I mean, we both figured that LSU was going to be trash. Virginia Tech, I agree. Virginia Tech got a good win. USC, they did get a win against North Carolina. Now, Virginia Tech beat North Carolina. USC ended up winning their game against San Jose State, so I got to give them that. Texas Longhorn, I did predict that they were going to beat Louisiana, Raging Cajuns. Now, Miami, they got to still be in the top 25, even though they lost to y'all. Y'all was the number 1 ranked team in the nation. So they got to be in the top 25, regardless of how bad they beat them. Wisconsin, they should have dropped. Now, this is when I have a problem. Let's go to 20 through 25. Start with 20, Coastal Carolina, I don't care. North Carolina, don't care. Auburn, there we go, SEC. You know, I always have a problem with SEC. Who did Auburn play? You remember where LeBron James is from?
Akron, Ohio.
Exactly. Guess who Auburn played?
Akron, Ohio.
They beat them 60-10. No, ain't no way that should put you in the ranking. If that puts you in the ranking, can we say we watching this game? Ole Miss is beating the hell out of Louisville. That should put them ahead of Auburn.
I agree.
But
completely
according to this ranking, no. NC State, I don't care. Michigan, no. Michigan should not be ranked top 25. I don't care if they're in our conference. They beat Western Michigan. Hell no. No, Western Michigan ain't shit. Hell no. No, I'm not giving you that. And you want to talk about the only 2 teams that lost in y'all conference is LSU and Vandy. Okay, Vandy lost to East Tennessee State. They shouldn't have lost that game.
They shouldn't.
South Carolina played Eastern Illinois. I didn't know Illinois had an Eastern side. Missouri played Central Michigan. Not Western Michigan. Not even Michigan. Not even Michigan State. The middle. I don't even know what a Central Michigan is, but they beat them convincingly. Mississippi State came back in order to beat Louisiana Tech. And I thought Louisiana Tech was a community college. Hey, what's your favorite dish when it comes? What's your favorite dish when it comes to eating Chinese food?
Noodles.
You don't like the rice?
No.
Because obviously Arkansas did. They beat the hell out of Rice 38-17. Kentucky beat UL Monroe. Ain't that the University of Louisiana in Monroe County?
In Monroe County, yes. 45-10.
Trash. All right. Florida Atlantic. Do they have their old head coach? I thought he went to Ole Miss.
No, because Lane Kiffin's over there.
That's what I'm saying. Lane Kiffin ain't in Florida Atlanta no more. He went to Ole Miss, who is killing Louisville right now. So they don't even have a coach. And Florida ended up beating the hell out of them 35-14. All right. Now you give me Georgia, you give me Alabama. Tennessee played a bowling team. Bowling Green. I thought that was literally a bowling team. And then I just said Ole Miss playing Louisville right now, beating the hell out of them. So I do not agree that it should be at least 6 SEC teams in the conference, but that wasn't my problem. My problem was Michigan being in the top 25. which I do not agree on, because they played Western Michigan. I didn't know that was a team. I'm sorry. I didn't know they had a Western Michigan. So yeah.
So you feel my pain on the Texas A&M versus Kent State, in which you had no idea where they were even from.
Right. I agree on that. So next week, what do Michigan got?
A&M team that you said could possibly beat my Tide.
I said possible. I ain't say will.
You did. You did say possible.
I mean, what else? Oh, next week they got a 20th ranked Washington who just lost to Montana by the score of 13-7. So if they end up winning that game convincingly, then I would agree that they should be in the top 25. But as of right now, hell no. He played Western Michigan. Who is Western Michigan? Hell. Matter of fact, if I can get ICC right now to try to schedule a game against Western Michigan, I bet you it'll be a battle.
That's only if Percy Miller plays quarterback.
No. Percy Miller, his son is gone to Memphis. Speaking of Memphis, I want to see what Memphis did.
Memphis won, I believe.
But his son playing basketball, right?
Mm-hmm.
And were they in American League?
No, that's they independent, I believe. Memphis.
Nah, they in American. They beat Nichols. What? Who the fuck is Nichols? Where is Nichols?
You got me on that one.
They beat Nichols 42-17. I don't even know who the hell this Nichols is. Who they got next week? Hey, Nichols. Oh, speaking of Rice in the American League. So congratulations to them. Matter of fact, I want to bring a little bit more hate before I go to my topic, to my segment. Because let's look at week 2. Auburn playing Alabama State. I could have sworn Alabama State was a community college. South Carolina got East Carolina. So it's a battle between South and East. And East Carolina is favored. So South Carolina must suck. Pittsburgh against Tennessee. That's an interesting game. I'll give you that. Florida against South Florida. No. South Florida, the only thing I can think of is I can't even think of nothing against South Florida. Guess who Georgia got? The University of Auburn, Birmingham.
I thought they was playing Arkansas Pine Bluff.
No, they got UAB. Pine Bluff would actually been a better competition. Texas A&M playing Colorado. You ain't want to go to that one. Alabama. Your Crimson Tide got who?
Mercer.
Whoa, what a competition. Let's go to Kansas. Let's go to Arkansas. They got Texas. That's the only battle I see right now. Mississippi State got NC State. As a matter of fact, NC State is favored. All because of Louisiana Tech putting a battle against Mississippi State. Missouri got Kentucky, so SEC battle. Ole Miss got Austin Peay. Where do y'all find these teams from? I don't know where y'all getting these damn teams from. LSU got McNeese. Who the hell is McNeese?
Are they favorite?
Oh. No, they ain't got nothing on there. And they shouldn't be favored. And Vanderbilt got Colorado State. Reggie, there goes another Colorado game you can watch against the SEC team. And Colorado is favored by 7. So, yet again, you want to sit there and bring up the SEC won all their games except for 2. Who they play? Play? Most of the teams didn't play nobody. I give you Alabama and Georgia. That's it.
I don't make the schedule, man.
Whatever. You're right. You don't make the schedule. Nick Saban makes the schedule.
No, he doesn't make the schedule.
You're right. Nick Saban makes the schedule. You're absolutely right. You don't make the schedule. Nick Saban does. right, that's all the slander we have for college football. Let's go to my segment.
That's a lot of slander for week 1, man. Let's keep going. I love it.
I know
College
that's right.
football is back.
It's back, baby. And that's the most exciting thing about it. College football is back. So, Reggie, I hate to do it, man. I hate to do it, but I have to. I have to. It's my segment, so I have to. I got to talk about wrestling, man. I have to talk about wrestling because I told you this weekend that I end up watching wrestling. And I got to talk about All Out. I got to talk about AEW All Out. Now, Reggie, I got to let you know. This is something exciting, man. I'm actually starting to convince myself that I'm actually leaning more towards AEW than WWE, in which you don't care about neither one, but I just want to bring that out. So let me talk about the results of what happened in AEW All Out. First one, you can yawn all you want to, you on mute. Matter of fact, you're not on mute until now. You're on mute. TNT championship match between Eddie Kingston and Miro. I love this match. Miro ended up coming through with the win. I like this match convincingly. Next one between Jon Moxley and Satoshi Kojima, in which Jon Moxley won this match. It was a decent match, but I believe the arrival of Suzuki was what made this match even better. And anybody knows Suzuki from Japan Wrestling, he's great. All right, women's match between Chris Statlander and Dr. Britt Baker. Britt Baker ended up keeping the title. Very interesting match. I was going for Statlander, but she didn't come through. Steel cage match between Lucha Bros and the Young Bucks for the tag team championship. I cannot lie. This is the greatest tag team match I have ever seen in my life. They both put on a show. And Lucha Bros ended up winning that one. Battle Royal, I don't care too much about. Even though Ruby Soho ended up winning the whole thing, I don't care about it. Now, Chris Jericho, one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, played MJF in his possible final match. Chris Jericho found a way to win. I actually like that. He needs to stay. CM Punk versus Darby Allin with Sting by his side, even though Sting did not sit ringside. CM Punk won this match, and I got to be honest with you, CM Punk looked terrible. Probably because it's been his first match in 7 years, but hopefully he gets better. The Big Show, who is now Paul White, went up against QT Marshall. That match was terrible. I don't care about that one. Christian Cage versus Kenny Omega. Christian Cage actually looks better than CM Punk. Didn't believe I would ever say that, but Omega ended up beating Christian Cage to retain the AEW World Championship. Now, I got that all out the way. What I really want to talk about is the three newcomers of AEW. And let me talk about the first one, who is a woman who used to be named Ruby Riott. And her name is now Ruby Soho. Ruby Soho coming to AEW. I actually like because they did not do her right in WWE. So I actually like the fact that Ruby Soho is actually in AEW. I feel like she will actually get an opportunity unlike she did in WWE. And yes, her destination was for AEW. So I'm done with that. Let's move on. Let's talk about the other person who came. Adam Cole, baby. Adam Cole, baby, is AEW, baby. So I like this one. This one, what I really like, and now he's joining Elite with the Young Bucks, with Kenny Omega. That is a squad in the making. I like that one. AEW did an excellent job with Adam Cole, baby. Last but not least, let's talk about the last introduction to AEW, who used to be Daniel Bryan in WWE. Now he's Bryan Danielson. I like Bryan Danielson. He is incredible. He's finally getting to live up to all the hype that the fans always love this man. And matter of fact, Reggie, you should be familiar with this. I use this meme often. Whenever you see this, yes, 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 yes. That's exactly the man that I'm talking about. Daniel Bryan, son, he should be very excited about his new chance in AEW because WWE do not know how to use them right. And that's it for my segment for recap of AEW All Out. Reggie, you can sit there with all that cover over you all you want to. This was very exciting to all my WWE wrestling fans. Matter of fact, wrestling fans in general. So I'm done. You can come back and do whatever the fuck you want to do. All right. Now we're done with that segment. We actually done with the show.
Oh,
Shut up.
What happened?
What happened? So, you know what? I'm not finna deal with this. On Wednesday, we have our own very special NFL edition of the SoReal Sports Podcast, in which we make our predictions on a whole bunch of things.
I miss wrestling?
Huh?
I miss wrestling?
Shut up. You will see who we pick for MVP, Rookie of the Year, Comeback Player of the Year. Hopefully Reggie don't pick cornerbacks this time, and we actually can have a Comeback Player of the Year for Reggie. Also, we did not do Coach of the Year last year. I want to add that to it. I actually want to add the fact that we need to do our second guess on division winners. So we're going to pick division winners and also the 3 wild card teams that will make it into the playoffs. Then we're going to pick our AFC Championship match and the NFC Championship match, Super Bowl matchup, and Super Bowl winner. We will do all of that and many more on Wednesday. So stay tuned to that. And we'll also give us our predictions on Thursday Night Football, in which everybody should know who we're going to pick. But for those who don't know, you will see on Wednesday. All right. Like always, we give you our salute. We'll see y'all on Wednesday. We out.
We out.